one of the situations in these celebrations is sometimes we are faced with people, family members or relatives we don't really get along with, but we do a lot of times we don't really have much choice except to be in that situation because all the family members are there and it's a day of celebration. And sometimes there may be situations in which one person may challenge you in some way or other, and they always may trigger you. So what do we do when that happens? I would like to give you some tips on that. As much as possible, try not to be in the company of that person. If you have to, limit the time, maybe about 10 minutes if you can take it, or however long you are able to be in a calm situation. And if you feel triggered, excuse yourself and move away from that room if possible. Perhaps go to use the restroom or just go for a walk outside if possible, or talk to somebody else. Go get a drink, and then come back when you feel calmer if you want to. There's no reason of having to be with a person who triggers you all the time. When you are on your own, maybe you can question it or write on your journal of how this person may trigger you and why do they trigger you. Ask yourself that question. Because a lot of times there's something that we have not resolved within us. We don't need approval from anyone else, as adults especially. We don't really need approval from anyone, even as in any age. But more importantly, we need to ask that question, why we are triggered. And that needs to be resolved within yourself. Maybe through journaling, maybe through therapy, maybe through speaking to friends you can trust and who are non-judgmental. So this is some of the quick tips. When you're triggered, or if you have to be in a situation where somebody triggers you, this person always triggers you, then firstly, limit the time when you're in the same room with this person or the conversation with this person. If you find yourself getting triggered, remove yourself from the room if possible, and or redirect that conversation to something else if possible. Maybe later in the day, when you have your time alone, sit and write on a journal or have a conversation with a friend about what happened, just to process it. It's important to process it. Don't just let it slide. Eventually, the people who triggers us, if we have already resolved that issue within us, they don't have that power anymore. It's important to be able to have the power to control your own emotions in any situations. Most of us are not there yet. I'm not there yet even. But, we have a lot of coping strategies that work and is beneficial. But not just to cope. It's important to work through it as well.